everybody, welcome to the channel. The seed for today's randomized challenge is XX9XF4FV. Plug it in, play along with me, let me know how you do, or if you did a few things differently along the run in the comment section below. Today's challenge is Eden 2 Mega Satan. Not an easy task, but a doable one. We started with Jar of Wisps, trash, a Wishbone, trash, and Jupiter. That's why we look so fat and thick. Jupiter is a decent item that does cause poison clouds here and there, so it's not that bad. Eden is a randomly generated character based on the seed of the run, which is perfect for randomized challenges like today. Eden starts with random hairstyles, base stats, and 2 randomly chosen starting items within the game. Very fun character, but can be annoying if your starting stats are mediocre, like what we have today. We do find chocolate milk, which is a huge upside for us. Chocolate milk can be charged and cause up to 400% damage, or you can just shoot the tears as quickly as you want by tapping the fire button. We also find Curved Horn, which is an amazing trinket that will give us +2 damage. First boss is the Turtlings, variant versions of the Gurglings. I prefer this over the Gurglings just because of the creep they drop on the ground. That unwanted damage from creep is just annoying. First boss item is going to be Safety Pin, which gives us some range, shot speed, and 1 black heart, and not so bad for the first floor. Second floor, we do find Flip in the Cursed Room, which is a great item if you choose to manipulate the pedestals in the room. I prefer that over Jar of the Wisp, so Jar of the Wisp is gone, it was trash anyway. What can I say about Flip? Flip is just, it's a great item. You go in there, you see the item pedestal, it has that little ghostly shadow figure behind it, you flip the item, you can take it, and then you can actually take both. You grab the first item, you flip it, and then you take the second item. You could definitely manipulate the game. As you see here in our second floor treasure room, we see Gish, we see the puppy, and then we saw the book. I'm not going to take any of that. I did take Gish just because that slow effect, it does carry over throughout the run. It's a great item to have. Second boss is Larry Jr. It's trash. I'm not really pumped about that. It's pretty simple. Now, our first devil deal, we see Whore Babylon, Satanic Bible. I am huge on survivability in the game. I believe survivability is one of the main 3 things you need in the game just to win. Survivability such as like Satanic Bible, Book of Revelations, you want your damage, and then you want your tier rate up. So those are the main 3 things. If you can have those 3 things, you're good. So I do want to leave with Satanic Bible, but again, I do want to use the flip gimmick as best as I could. I do see 9 lives hiding behind the Whore Babylon, so I take Whore Babylon. Great overall stat boost. I flip it. Then I realize I just lost Satanic Bible because I don't have the energy to flip it back. So I just take the 9 lives. Maybe I can get Guppy down the road. And then I take my little familiar that's going to drop random flies. And the flies are just going to go by my base damage. So I just take it anyway, grab the bandages, and I just move along. Very disappointed. Can't front with you. But I do remember this is a Mega Satan run. So with Mega Satan runs, you need to have the angel key pieces just to open the door. But because I took a devil deal, it's going to be very difficult for me to get angel deals. And that's the only way to do it. You get the angel deals, you have a bomb, you pop the statue, you fight the angel, you get the key. So another way you can do it is the sacrifice rooms. I do have a decent amount of HP, so I'm going to constantly try to play the sacrifice room just to see where I'm at. But again, I do want to be careful with my HP just because I don't have the Satanic Bible now, so there's no way for me to survive. Again, those are the 3 things you want. You want survivability like Satanic Bible, you want your damage like Magic Mush, Cricket's Head, and then you want your tier rate just for overall DPS in the game. You want that damage per second or damage per shot like Mr. Dolly, Sad Onion. You could even go ahead and say Soy Milk if you choose that route. But as long as you have a combination of those 3, you could be, you should be okay. But again, Mega Satan, those fights are dangerous. So again, we're playing the sacrifice room as best of our ability. We do end up getting 1 key piece, and luckily we were able to get the Soul Heart payout. So our HP is a little bit under control now. Extremely risky, but I told myself I knew I had to do it now just because I did take 1 devil deal just by pure ignorance, because I forgot. We do take our second key piece, and just like that, we can continue to run with taking devil deals and not having to worry about should we or can we get an angel deal. I do tap the blood donation machine just so I can be in my Whore Babylon state, just to get the overall stats, a little bit more speed. It's one of those benefits to have And again, I just want to think, you know, if I do get the Polaroid, I want to have that Polaroid invincibility, which is also an amazing thing. Now, I did take 9 lives earlier. I did want to try to get Guppy as best as I can, just because of the flight. You know, positioning is key in Binding of Isaac, and if your positioning is wrong, your skill set's going to be off. You know, dodging is going to be very difficult, especially if your speed is the speed that we have now, 1.13. You know, it's not that respectable. I prefer 1.7, 1.8, just so that unwanted damage like the creep, the blocked terrain, when you have all those enemies surrounding you, spikes, spiked rocks, anything like that, you want to be able to have flight to avoid all that. That way, that unwanted damage, you don't even got to think about it. You could just go along with the run, and then you should be fine. We're definitely leaving with Curved Horn, so good first, good second floor, not too bad. You know, third floor, we're going in and we find the Pact. Again, we're getting really lucky with these cursed rooms. The Pact is great overall stat boost, gives us the black hearts we need. It's just an overall great item to have. So I'm very, very happy to have that. Now our tier rate is at 3.9, damage is at 5.76. Really decent to have on floor 3. We do go into our shop and we find the blanket. The blanket is a great item. As you see now, we have Holy Mantle every time we fight our boss. And just like that, I lost it, but it's only effective in boss rooms, which is great, especially with Mega Satan. You may never know, we might need that extra protection. We do find Death's Touch, which is piercing shots and more damage. So now we're at 7.79, which is exactly what we want to have. Lump of Coal in our Devil Deal, also a great item. Just overall decent run. Next floor with our boss is Big Horn, big brother of Little Horn, I'm assuming. And I'm not too worried, just because our damage should take him out, especially with Death's Touch, that overall stack of damage, and it's just going to be perfect for us. We find Jesus Juice, which is more damage, more range, and it's not so bad. Not so bad. We move on to the next floor, just not that interesting things that happen along the way. So we do get a very, very tough boss. I do not like this boss at all, just because his irregular movement is just annoying, but thankfully we have the tier rating damage to just take him out. Our item is Constellation Prize. It increases the lowest stat, which is going to be our speed, because it was just horrible. 1.13 is just still pretty bad. We enter our shop and I do see the trinket behind restock, so I definitely want to grab that. The smelter is great. It's going to smelt your trinket, and with Curved Horn, I want that. You may never know what we can find. So I definitely wanted to smelt that immediately so I can open up that room for more trinkets down the road. You may never know. Please subscribe, definitely helps the channel out, and I appreciate anybody who likes and subscribes these videos. I love making these, and I want to continue making them. So we end up going to our curse room, and then we go into our Devil Deal by just teleportation. We see Mega Blast. I just want to get rid of my red hearts, to be honest with you. I want to go back into a Horror Babylon state, and I want to prepare myself for Polaroid invincibility. Not that great going along the run, but pretty decent. On to our next floor. I do check my time. I'm trying to get to boss rush as quickly as I possibly can. Maybe I can get there. My damage and my tier rates is pretty average for tier rate, but I think I could speed my way along that path. Is there a benefit to do boss rush? Probably not. With all the items in the item pool, it's kind of trash, but it's a decent free item, so why not? We ended up going to Mom. We didn't make it to the boss rush, which is bad management on time. But I do, as you see, Jupiter's doing its thing, dropping those Poison Cloud, which is great. We pick up the Polaroid, we go into our Devil Deal, and there's our second Guppy piece. I definitely want to take it. I mean, that's one away from Guppy. Guppy is the ultimate transformation. That's something you really, really want, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to flip. Just don't want to walk away without a free item. I do take Purgatory. Purgatory is not bad. Purgatory is one of those items that drops like a crack on the ground. You go on it, and pops. The beauty about Purgatory is it does cause a little bit of decent damage, but it also destroys the shots, the projectiles directing to you. Purgatory is really, really good at handling that. So I'm assuming, in hindsight, grabbing it now, that just to bulk up my defensive purposes when I'm fighting Mega Satan. Again, the challenge is Eden to Mega Satan. I'm not going to go to Blue Baby. I'm not going to do Delirium. It's going to go to Mega Satan. And I know Mega Satan's movements, and I'm just going to try to work around that. Now, again, I'm happy we took Smelter because we found the trinket Cracked Crown. Cracked Crown is going to have it all stat up. It's a great trinket to have. I'm definitely going to keep that trinket along with me. So not only did I have cracked crown, but I also have curved horn in my arsenal. So great. It's great overall. We end up fighting Teratoma for our boss in the womb. Very, very easy. We do get a torn photo, boost up our tears and shot speed. And behind our ghost baby, I do see Abaddon. So I'm going to flip to try to take Abaddon. And I'm not too worried about my HP because Abaddon does give you a little bit of boost, stat boost as well as some black hearts. So we were okay in that part. Next floor, not so bad so far on our stats. We are 4.82 tier rate, 12.48 damage, which is exactly where you want to be. Our speed is at 1.6, which is decent. I prefer 1.7, 1.8 just to avoid being blocked on terrain and when the enemies surround you. So not so bad. The only concern I have is our HP. Because it is Mega Satan, anything can happen along the way. We still have to fight Isaac. We still have to go to the cathedral. And if we choose to explore in the chest, we need as much HP as possible. After you fight Mom, every damage at that point is one whole heart. So I'm trying to clear rooms to see if I can find any soul hearts. And right now we're at 4. So we just really need to be careful on taking unnecessary damage. But knowing me, I'm probably going to run into a spiked rock just because I don't have flight. I'm not the best Isaac player, but definitely interesting character at that in the game to play. We ended up to It Lives. At this point I'm thinking, why did I continuously carry Flip? At this point it's kind of unnecessary. We're not gonna get that many devil deals from Cathedral on, but it is what it is. Easily took out It Lives. Our damage is just a decent 12.48. It's gonna be great going along the way. In Cathedral we find Mom's Ring that also gives us more damage, so now we're at 13.36. I'm not worried at all. Again, the only concern I'm having in this run is our HP. The good thing though, we do have 9 lives, which is not that bad. 9 lives is going to give us those extra lives that, if like a cat, 9 lives every time we die, but it's going to drop our HP to 1 red heart. So I'm definitely, it's a good safe mechanism to have, but I don't want to rely on that, just because at that point, every time you get touched, 1 tap, because it's 1 whole heart, you're going to lose the run, and I'm not beat for that. It does get really annoying. I just rather avoid that, try to find as many soul hearts as possible, and be along the way with that. We do find Ancient Recall, draws 3 cards, pop my Justice card. I do see the Sun card and the Tower. If I had more red HP, I think the Sun card would have been a key benefit for us, just because if we're down to like 1 red heart and we have like 9 empty red heart containers, we pop the Sun card and we're back to full stats. We finally get to Isaac. Decent stats. I'm not too worried again. As you see, his HP is going rather quickly. Purgatory is destroying his projectile shots, and now he's under half. That's what you want to do. You want to just bum rush him as quickly as you possibly can. Jupiter drops his Poison Cloud on him, and again, he's under a quarter of his HP. Purgatory is just waiting to pop him. But again, not too worried. Pretty happy that we took care of Isaac rather quickly, and our Holy Mantle did its part. Finally made it to the chest. Let's see what we get. Cupid's Arrow, Sister's Maggie, Cricket's Head. What can you say about Cricket's Head? One of the greatest items in the game. And we take Sharp Straw. At this point, there is no need to Terry Flip. Sharp Straw is going to give that overall AoE damage. I might as well just take it. I am choosing to explore the chest to see if I can find any beneficial items. Our HP is really, really dangerous. We do find Hemolacria, which is going to increase our damage to 33, which is amazing. And now let's go fight Mega Satan. Am I concerned about our HP? 100%. But again, we have our Holy Mantle because of Blanket. I did find 1 Eternal Heart to try to, give us a little bit 1 tap for defense. And I'm just going to pop Sharp Straw here and there. Sharp Straw is going to give that AoE damage. And why not? Now, Mega Satan is just... Mega Satan's brutal. I can't lie to you. He's a brutal boss to fight. A very tough challenge, but again, because of our damage as at 36 already, 36.92. The only thing that's downside is our tier rate, but again, I'm not too worried. I'm hoping that our damage and our AoE from the Sharp Straws can help us out. Now we did lose our Holy Mantle defense, but we're gonna be okay so far. I'm just clearly focused, trying to wipe out the screen as much as possible. His add-ons are annoying just because they're bosses. You know, especially Lust, our speed is really low, so I really wanted to target her first. I was definitely afraid of here. I thought I was going to get tapped just because of pride. But so I take off the first thing I see near me. I do get tapped. I'm at half heart. I'm thinking this run's over. I'm thinking I gotta release a bad video just because of the L. But I'm pretty confident that I can do this. So I continuously pop sharp straw just so I can eliminate as fast as I possibly can. I'm happy that I can see the HP below, so I know that it's gonna be tough. I did pick up a get out of jail free card. Not sure why I picked it up. Just have it. Saw it. It looked pretty cool. I'm just clearing. I'm clearing Mega Satan as fast as I could. Phase 1's done. Phase 2, which is not so difficult. The only issue with Phase 2 is the flames. You just gotta really pay attention and don't blink, because those flames can really cause some damage. Now, my only downside here is I was hoping to see the Purgatory crack on the ground, because Purgatory would definitely clear these out. And this is what I'm saying about the flames. It can be really, really tedious to dodge, but I was really thankful I was able to dodge that. Usually I always get hit. Whenever I go to Mega Saiyan, I want to make sure I at least have 3 hearts, whether it's soul hearts or red hearts, just because I know for a fact I'm going to get tapped. On Phase 2, we're below 50%. We're at a quarter. At this point, I'm extremely confident and very, very happy that we were able to make this run happen. Eat into Mega Saiyan. Please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I enjoy making these runs. We beat him half a heart. I didn't think we could do it, but thank y'all.